Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Christine Comaford here. Hi, and welcome to our webinar. We're going to start in about a minute. So grab your coffee, grab paper or pen, fire up a new Word document, whatever you would like if you'd like to take some notes. Everybody has the excerpt of Power Your Tribes. And here's the thing. I want to make sure that as we go through this today, we're thinking about Power Your Tribe not as a book, but as a series of tools. Power Your Tribe is both a promise to help us become more emotionally agile, emotionally resilient, and it's also a playbook, tool after tool after tool to actually help us transform our emotional experience. Humans are profoundly emotional human beings, as we'll talk about in a moment. We experience life and the world through emotions. Think of a bird. Their wings enable them to fly. Human beings are like that. Our emotions enable us to experience life and the world. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So I'm Christine Comaford. For those of you who haven't worked with us before, I'm a neuroscience-based leadership and culture coach. And I've built and sold a bunch of companies. We work with lots of different companies, from small, tiny startups all the way to Fortune 10 companies. And really what we do is we help people navigate growth and change. And to navigate growth and change, we really need to check into how we can navigate and manage our emotional state. So we're going to talk about that today and provide some super cool tools. I hope you guys will share these tools with the people that you know so everybody can benefit from them. Companies that we work with run the gamut, as I mentioned, but here's something I want us to really think about. If we think about what's happening in the world today, and we think about natural disasters, social and political challenges, random acts of violence, we all need to be able to choose how we respond to what's happening outside of us. We're going to work on that today. So today we're going to learn how to make the exact meaning you want. So whatever is happening, we decide if it's good or bad. Shakespeare was right. Nothing is good or bad, only thinking makes it so. We can choose what we decide about a particular experience. And then when we're resisting, have you noticed when we're resisting stuff, it just persists. So the slogan that you may have heard, what we resist persists, is totally true. When we push against something and resist, we stabilize the present state, which prevents us from being able to get to that awesome desired state. So we're going to talk about the resilience cycle, which you can see here: releasing resistance, increasing rapport with self, making new meaning, anchoring the outcome, and then, of course, enrolling and engaging others and building tribal agility. This is one of 3 webinars. We're looking forward to having you on our future ones as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Just going to do a quick recap of the brain. This is an artistic rendering. It's not physiologically accurate. But if we think of the triune brain theory by McLean, which we think is one of the most effective, there are 3 essential parts of the brain. The reptilian brain, responsible for basically, the survival mechanism, the life support system, if you will, breathing, temperature regulation, hunger, balance, etc. Now, the reptilian brain is a stimulus response machine coded for safety. It understands dead or not dead. The mammalian brain, and this is where we have our limbic system, but I want to stress the fight, flight, freeze, faint aspects of the limbic system do touch all 3 parts of the brain. So the limbic system is not entirely isolated in what we call the mammalian brain. This is where we have love, hope, joy, anger, sorrow, fear, all those emotions in the mammalian brain. If the mammalian brain could speak, it would say friend or foe. So it's still a stimulus response machine coded for safety, and it's trying to make sure that we are safe or not, basically at an emotional level. Layered on top, the neocortex, prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is right behind your forehead. What's cool about this is that we now have the ability, humans have the ability, a lot of animals don't, dolphins do. Primates, a little tiny bit of a prefrontal cortex, but here's what's cool. With the prefrontal cortex, within the neocortex, we can say, gosh, I'm here, but I want to be there. So the prefrontal cortex enables us to plan, to envision the glorious future, to figure out how to get there, our language skills, etc. Now, when we're in change scenarios and we're in a lot of stress, we go into what we call critter state. This is lockdown. This is reptilian, mammalian, fight, flight, freeze, basic survival systems. Notice the best part of our brain is cut off. So when we're in change, when we're in uncertainty, when we're in any sort of situation where we're feeling fearful, this is where we go. The problem is, right, the best part of the brain is unavailable, the most evolved part of the brain. We want to help use the tools today to help people get into their smart state. The smart state is where we have all three areas of the brain working together. So we get a flame email and we say, wow, that person's just having a bad day. It doesn't take us out. We don't have an emotional reaction. When we have a lot of people in their smart state, we have what's called a smart tribe. And the ROI of a smart tribe is profound. So when we power our tribe and provide these tools that you'll learn today, we can help people get into more choice. This is all about choosing our emotional state. Also, though, as you can see with ROI, it's good for business, closing sales faster, more engagement, etc. So let's talk about our first tool, Empower Your Tribe. And we are going to invite you to pre-order the book and get a ton of very cool bonuses. Empower Your Tribe, we are teaching you how to get emotionally agile, how to say, here is what I want to experience, here is what I don't want to experience, I'm going to choose. So take a sec, check in, look at the emotion wheel, and think about how are you feeling right now. Remember, human beings navigate their experiences through emotion. How are you feeling right now? Notice the top half, mad, sad, scared. We see a lot of that in the world, okay? Where we want to get ultimately is peaceful, powerful, joyful, but we want to just start with where we are because emotions have energy. Dr. Hawkins, David Hawkins, PhD, MD, did some fantastic work. And what he did was he measured the magnetic field of the human body. And he noticed that the magnetic field was stronger or weaker based on the emotion a person was feeling. Check this out. So courage, affirmation, empowerment, which is why our book is called Power Your Tribe, is at log level, magnetic field measurement level of 200. We want to be at 200 or higher at any given point in time, which is why it's our job to learn how to manage our emotional state. What Hawkins found was when we are lower than 200, cells actually die. So I can't stress more. It is so important for us to learn to navigate our emotional state, for us to help others navigate their emotional state as well. Let's get started on that. How does this all begin? So what we call thinking is a series of pictures, internal or external. You can be recalling a memory. We'll do a lab in a sec. And these pictures, these visuals, V's, right? And audio tracks, A's. These can be internal or external. You probably have all had the experience where something happened, you said, sheesh, I can't believe I did that. I said that to myself the other day. That's an internal audio track. So internal or external audio tracks in our memory, we might remember somebody saying something kind to us or whatever. That's an external audio track. The visuals, the auditories, then V's plus A's create K's, create feelings, the emotions and the body feelings. Now here's the thing. These all zoom by at light speed. So I want us to start to really think about this because when we decide if something is good or bad, that meaning that we make, that defines or informs how we will behave. And based on how we will behave, it also informs and structures our belief system and our identity. So meaning is made when all this visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory information comes in, information from the five senses, right? Comes on into the brainstem, reptilian, pops over to the mammalian brain where emotions are attached, right? So I see somebody's face, I hear them say something, zoom, zoom, now it's in our mammalian brain, and we are feeling good or bad around it, peaceful, powerful, joyful, mad, sad, scared, etc. Then by the time it gets to our prefrontal cortex, we have decided, wow, well, based on what he said and how he looked, he is disappointed with me, even if he didn't verbally say that. That's how meaning is made. And it happens really, really fast, okay? Have you ever been in the situation where all sorts of stuff is happening, you want to have a good attitude and you're really struggling? So here's the thing, we have a choice, and we can catch that meaning making as soon as we catch the emotion. This is the crucial place to go, whoa, how am I feeling? Which is why we love the emotion wheel so much. We get the visuals, we get the auditories. As soon as you get the feeling, if we feel badly about something, whatever, stop really quickly and say, what meaning do I want to make around this? I just got some feedback that maybe I didn't do great work. So do I want to go into victim, or do, everyone's attacking me, they don't appreciate me, or do we want to go into, wow, you know what? I need to raise my game. I need to raise the bar. I need to do a better job here. I had that experience yesterday. So here's the thing, we get to choose. That's how powerful you are. Check this out. So cold and wet, does it mean miserable, or does it mean wee, happy? You decide. The experience is the same. The visual and the auditory is the same. The difference is the feeling, okay? The difference is, does cold and wet, does rain mean a bad thing or a good thing? You get to decide. That's how powerful you are. So take a sec, close your eyes. It's going to be easier. Close your eyes. Recall a positive memory. In this positive memory, what do you see? What do you see in this positive memory? Maybe pick something recent. Pick whatever shows up. In this positive memory, what do you see? What do you hear outside of yourself? What do you hear inside of yourself? What do you feel? What are you deciding about the situation? Good, bad, etc. What are you deciding about yourself? Just note that. So for example, perhaps you recalled a recent team meeting, and in it, you saw everybody gathered around the table, excited, alert, ready to roll, and you heard people outside making suggestions, helping out, being proactive, having cool ideas, all that stuff that's awesome. Inside you said, this is great. I love meetings like this. We're accomplishing great things. We're all in sync. Then maybe you felt powerful, optimistic, positive, supported. Here comes the juicy bit. Then you believed these are the right people in the right roles. This team is awesome. And you believed about yourself, which is our identity. I'm a good leader. I'm adding value. I'm making a difference. Based on what you see, hear, feel, believe, you will then have specific behaviors. So the human organism will always go to the best feeling and divine, if you will, their behavior from that. If we have a behavior that we don't like, we need to create a better feeling around that behavior. So we're going to take a couple questions in just a sec. So Empower Your Tribe, what you learn is basically how to help people navigate the business world, how to help us understand how emotions actually drive and dominate our behavior. 90% of our behaviors are driven or dominated by our emotional brain, so that we can actually deliver those results that we want, so we can actually feel good more often. So let's talk about our pre-order offers, and then we're going to have some Q&A. So start to think about what your question is. When you buy one or more copies of of Power Your Tribe, one or more copies of Power Your Tribe, go to poweryourtribe.com. You're going to get 4 webinars to teach you the Power Your Tribe tools. You're going to get 15 proven processes. These are templates. These are tools for implementing the Power Your Tribe tools, okay? For sales and marketing, leadership, culture. You're going to get 42 videos. Share these with your team. Help everybody get on the same page. 7 audios, and then a chance to win one-on-one coaching with me. So, total value, well over $2,000. Now, if by tonight, midnight Pacific time, you purchase 25 copies of Power Your Tribe at poweryourtribe.com, you're going to be entered to win Smart Tribe's Playbook. Smart Tribe's Playbook has all of the templates, not just the 15. The 15 were pulled from it. Smart Tribe's Playbook has probably over 100 different templates and all sorts of good stuff there. So start to kind of think about what your question is. Why are we doing this? Why are we offering so much stuff? Because we're on a mission. If 1 million people are powering their tribe, we will see a shift in people's ability to choose their emotional state on a global level. The Dalai Lama has said this. A bunch of people have said, if we just get 1 million people really choosing their emotional state, it'll shift the awareness of the entire planet. Wouldn't it be cool if fewer people lived in fear? Wouldn't it be cool if more people had the experience of empowerment, peace, and joy? Yeah. So you can see on the screen, here's a bunch of crazy stuff that we are including to incent you to pre-order Power Your Tribe, because we are on a mission. We're on a mission to help people feel better and help people have better lives. Good. Now, if you want to buy large amounts based on the size of your company, we have all sorts of cool stuff. Free keynotes, free half-day trainings, free full-day trainings, free coaching, etc. So just pick the package that's right for you. So let's go ahead and see who has questions and dive into that.
Hi, Christine. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining. I am Alexis Chapman. I'm the Director of Client Care for Smart Tribes Institute, and we are super excited that you guys are with us this morning. So please enter any questions that you have into the chat, or there's also a Q&A feature. You'll see it in your little menu bar. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions. So let's see what's coming in. All right, so we have a question from Sherry, and she said, "I saw you speak at a YPO event, excuse me, and Smart Tribes had a huge impact on my organization. How does Power Your Tribe relate to Smart Tribes?"
Thank you, Sherry, and thank you, Alexis. Here's the thing: Smart Tribes, our prior book, helped us build an organization that could move forward together. Smart Tribes was about aligning and engaging people. Power Your Tribe is about taking that to the next level. Becoming a Smart Tribe is great. Staying a Smart Tribe is a little more complex, especially in a world of relentless and constant change. Have you guys noticed that? It's like you get, okay, cool, I've got it now, and then like the world changes again. So Power Your Tribe is about becoming emotionally intelligent, helping others become emotionally intelligent and emotionally resilient. No matter what comes at us, we can handle it. So Power Your Tribe is much more about the inner experience. Smart Tribes was about the outer experience.
Okay, great. We have a question from Adriana. I apologize. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. How do we stop the negative talk inside of us that may prevent us from choosing the emotions we feel in each time?
Thank you. Thank you, Adriana, whichever. We want to honor how you'd like to say your name. Here's the thing. We all have an inner critic. Everybody has it. What's interesting is to get curious about it. I cannot stress this enough. So when you start hearing some negative self-talk, this is when we want to realize it is not you. That negative self-talk is basically, we see it as kind of a parasite on the ego. The ego is trying to keep us separate. The ego is trying to cause us to experience duality, not being connected to others, etc. That's where we go in critter state. Fight, flight, freeze, not safe, don't belong, don't matter. So think about, write this down, Adriana. Have you noticed that when you have that negative self-talk, it's generally in one of three categories? Not safe type messages, don't belong type messages, not accepted, etc. Don't matter, not good enough, not capable, etc. I think it's super fascinating. So when you get that negative self-talk, stop everything, write down the negative things, get them out of your body, okay? Write down the negative things that you are hearing from the intellect, from the ego parasite, and start to put them in categories. That one is about not feeling safe. That one is about not belonging, not fitting in, that being left out. That one is about not mattering. How do I need to create more safety, belonging, or mattering in my life? In Power Your Tribe, there's a super cool section on the parts process and kind of bringing back the parts of us that feel disenfranchised and not appreciated. That would be very helpful for you. So I hope this is a good starter, and then you'll get more tools in Power Your Tribe. Thank you.
Awesome. Christine, we're going to do one more, and this is from Joni Nelson. And Joni asked, is there a way to buy the additional stuff without buying 25 books? I only need one book at the moment. And I'll go ahead and answer that one. So, Joni, please feel free to reach out to me, Alexis Chapman. So it's Alexis at smarttribesinstitute.com, and you and I can have a quick conversation and discuss the different options, because we do want to make sure that these tools are available to you, and we want to make sure that we find the best optimal way to get these tools into your hands.
Beautiful. Thank you. And, Joni, you can also go to smarttribesinstitute.com/STP, Smart Tribes Playbook, smarttribesinstitute.com/STP. All right, cool beans, we're going to move on. Good. Let's talk about releasing resistance. Let's talk about what happens when we get stuck and when we are resisting what's happening. Here's the thing. To choose our emotional state, we have to actually look at where we are right now and what's not working. So let's say that you're learning something new, like you are right now. You're learning something new and you're feeling a little confused. You have two paths you can go down. Which path would you like? The first path is, I'm going to resist this. I don't feel smart. And then we get frustrated, maybe angry, dismiss, that's stupid, I don't want to learn that, and reject. Rigid, fixed mindset. Or we get confused and we say, okay, you know what? I'm confused. We get curious. You guys, curiosity is the key to almost everything in life. Something difficult happens, you notice yourself making that meaning, immediately get curious. Wow, what's challenging about this? What's potentially awesome about this? Okay, so confusion to consent. Consent does not mean we're condoning it. It means that we're just saying, hey, this is happening. To curiosity, to asking questions, inquiry, which then makes us more open-minded, helps us have a new perspective, and helps us embrace learning. So as I mentioned before, you've heard the expression, what we resist persists. And here's the thing. It's important for us to understand how to shift from resistance to consent. So again, consent doesn't mean that we're saying it's okay. Consent just means we're saying it's what's happening. Consenter, Latin from Middle English from Latin, just means to be present with. As soon as we're present with something, so say that we're resisting an extra 5 pounds. We have extra 5 pounds on our tummy. We can resist that and we're not going to lose weight. But if we go, you know what? I have a little tummy right now and I'm going to do some more exercise and I'm not going to freak out about it and it's going to go away. It does. You'll notice that. Okay. So navigating change is about managing our reactions to perceived threats, to what we think is happening. We want to have a compass, the emotion wheel I showed you earlier, and tools from Power Your Tribe to help navigate those. So what I'd like to do is actually go into our next lab, if that's okay, Alexis?
That is totally perfect.
Okay, so let's go and then we'll ask a question or two. So take a moment, okay? Take a moment and look around your office at 5 things. Take a moment, look around your office at 5 things that you are resisting. A pile of emails, a bunch of mail you have to open, maybe look at your calendar. Wow, I've got all these appointments. Look at some stuff that you are resisting. And now, notice how it feels in your body. Do you have tension in your shoulders? Do you have a knot in your tummy? Notice what resistance actually feels like. Now, shake your body out. Count from 10 back to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, maybe. Roll your shoulders a little bit. We're just breaking your emotional state. And now look at those 5 things again and just inwardly say, I consent to you. You're not agreeing with them. You're not saying that you love them. You're just saying they are there. That email is there. I consent to you. That calendar with all the appointments, I consent to you. I can be present with you. I don't need to resist or reject you. This is what's actually happening. Notice how this feels in your body. How does it feel to just be present with what is? And now notice that you were able to choose a different emotional state because you chose to just be present with what is. Let's take a couple more questions.
Okay. Again, everybody, please feel free to enter your questions into the chat feature or the Q&A feature in your menu bar. Let's see what we have. We have a question from Todd. Todd says, being in sales, I try to tap into emotions to connect with prospective clients and create positive experiences. I still have a quota to meet and find it challenging to not transfer my urgency to my clients. Which tool will help me?
Okay, good. Here's the thing, Todd. What's really important for starters is to figure out what your experience of sales is. Many people go, oh my gosh, I've got a quota, it's so stressful. The meaning they're making is, gotta hit my number. What if the meaning were different? What if it were, wow, here is this amazing product or service, like with us, with Power Your Tribe. Here's this amazing book. We know it's going to change the world and change people's experience because these are tools we've been using for a very, very long time with tons and tons of companies. Hundreds of companies have benefited. So we are actually able to say this beautiful book full of tools, this beautiful toolkit, if you will, is going to be transformational. The only question is who is ready for transformation? So if what you were doing as you were selling is sitting down with somebody, really starting to understand what their emotional state is. Look at the emotion wheel. In selling scenarios, if you're selling products or services, right, somebody might be scared or resistant. The way that we can get them to consent is to understand their emotional state, honor it, talk about it, and then say, I am here to help you get what you would like. What would you like? Remember the outcome frame from those of you who have been on prior webinars. What would you like? How can I be of service to you? And if people say, I have too much stress, here's all the stuff I don't want. Great. Pick one that hurts most and find the positive counterpart. What would you like? What will having that do for you? Todd, notice we're taking them into a more positive emotional state. What will having that do for you when you get it? Yeah. Okay. How will you know when you have it? What's the proof that's going to show up when you have it? Yay. Now, what of value might you risk or lose? What might you risk or lose to get it? Todd, that fourth question is going to tell you why they don't have it yet. That fourth question is what they aren't willing to let go of yet, which is causing them to not have what they want. And then, when, where, with whom would you like it? Well, I'd really like this change, Todd, or this product, Todd, or this problem solved, Todd, in the next 30 days. And I'd like it handled at work, and I'd like it handled with our operations team. Awesome. What are your next steps? You know what? Let's sit down. Let's do a needs analysis. Let's map it out. So when we come from being of service, things work out. but we have to help guide that prospect to a better feeling, right? So if we can help them get good visuals, good audio tracks by taking them through the outcome frame, by sitting with them and honoring their emotional experience, we will actually see their physiology shift. So that's a starter. Tons and tons of tools in Power Your Tribe for that.
Wonderful. We're going to take one more quick question. This is from Chris. There are a lot of bonus items that are listed. Could you please quickly break those down?
Okay, I will do my best, Chris. So 4 webinars, here's one of them. We have 3 half-hour webinars, and then we have one big whopper webinar where we're going to have some pre-work for everybody. And that big whopper webinar is going to be only for people who purchase Power Your Tribe. 15 proven processes. These are templates. So for sales and marketing, how to shorten the sales cycle, what to cover in weekly sales meetings, how to use storytelling in sales scenarios, which would be great for Todd as well. How to do content marketing effectively so that you get 300% more increase effectiveness on marketing. Let's see, leadership, effective delegation, effective meetings, silence practice, goal attainment, storytelling, for culture, turnaround stuff, feedback frame, emotion wheel, how to recruit for high alignment and value accountability, values examples, performance motivation, bunches and bunches and bunches. So that's all the stuff, all the details. That's 15 of the proven processes. And then again, here I should just change. You're going to get, if you purchase 25 copies by midnight Pacific tonight, you're going to get the whole Smart Tribes playbook, which has several hundred tools in it. And then, of course, we're going to have the 42 videos that go over all different aspects of sales and marketing, leadership and culture. And this is all kind of cool brain-based stuff, neuroscience-based stuff that we found works really, really well. And in these 100+ extra templates, et cetera, good stuff that you're going to get if you purchase the 25 copies by midnight, you're going to get a bunch more. It's valued at $3,000. You're going to get a bunch more in each of those 3 categories: sales and marketing, leadership, et cetera. So here's the thing. If you want to increase your ability to enroll and engage others, influence outcomes, navigate change, and help your team up, down, across the org chart navigate change, if you want to build a richer experience for yourself of leadership and cultivate and elevate others, which is one of the coolest things to do, I think, with one's time, engage and enroll teams and help them really come together beautifully and innovate and collaborate and create great stuff, these tools will help you do that. If you go to, if any of you guys are new to Smart Tribes Institute, we have like 1 million rave reviews on our website. These tools work, and they've worked for a very long time with over 1,000 clients. Alexis, what am I missing? Anything else?
No, we are good to go. We're going to wrap up for the sake of time. Again, if you purchase 25 copies of Power Your Tribe today, you'll be entered for a chance to win the entire Smart Tribes playbook. If you have any questions about any of the resources, tools that we discussed today, please feel free to reach out to us. My email is in the chat box, and everybody will be receiving the replay of this webinar within 24 hours. And we encourage you to share with anybody that's in your tribe, friends, family, colleagues. These tools can be applied to life and business for just some really amazing results.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Thank you, everybody, for wanting to make a difference. Thank you for being part of the ripple effect of the 1 million people that we are going to connect with and teach these tools to make the world an even more awesome place and remove a lot of that fear and pain and bring more peace, power, and joy. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. See you next time.